Welcome to the Mulligan Menace. We got a spicy brew here today. This is actually a list. It's Saltai Self Mill. This is a list that has been pretty close to the list, I should say, that has been 5-0ing multiple standard events on Magic Online. And we're actually bringing it here for best of one and playing it. The whole idea of this is that you're trying to get as much of your deck into your graveyard as possible. So you're trying to get as many creatures essentially into your graveyard. The whole purpose of that is you're going to be casting the Season of the Lost. And the last thing is each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So the idea is as long as you can get the most creatures as you possibly can into your graveyard, you can cast Season of the Lost, possibly two of them, and essentially just win the game outright with that. You do have other things because the games end up going quite a bit long because there is a lot of board state removal and stuff that you have going on here. You can actually cast the Louise the Pompous Pillager. This allows you to also do like direct damage to your opponent by casting it with X. That allows you to hit for quite a bit later in the game. It's even a really good early card game because if you think about it, for 5 mana, this ends up being a 5/4 with lifelink, and it also does 3 damage to the opponent. So that's pretty big even at the beginning. But late in game, this is huge. So to get stuff into the yard, you have a couple different ways. You have your Molt Tender turn 1, allows you to mill a card in here. You have your Town Greeter, allows you to mill 4 cards and then put a land card from them into your hand. We have the Overlord here that allows you to mill as well. We have Drawing that allows you to discard, put stuff into the yard. The couple of the different creature cards that we do have here to help you stabilize the board and kind of go long game until you can cast the Season of Lost. We have Insidious Fungus. This allows you to destroy any target artifact or enchantments to get rid of those pesky enchantments that your opponents will inevitably play. Llanowar Elves, that allows you to actually ramp up to go a little bit quicker. Shoot the Sheriff is a nice one to get rid of anything. Nowhere to Run, fantastic card that allows you to get rid of a lot of those creatures with hexproof, or even if they have some evasion that you have to pay into, that's a perfect way to handle it. Esper Origin gains life, which is great. And the other nice thing here is if you do end up milling this into the graveyard or discarding it, it has flashback. It still can be useful from the graveyard. We have, like we mentioned, that we have the card draw with the Winter Night Stories. Really handy card draw. You can even use that from your graveyard again with the Harmonize. This is a really neat one of in here, the Scouring Storm Soul. Only 3 casting costs, but to be honest with you, you almost don't even want to cast it for that. You want to use the ability to cast and return this card and target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. I mean, you're perfectly fine casting this for 3 because it's going to be a beast no matter what. But when it does go to the graveyard, you can easily return it for that 5 mana, which is really nice. And the other thing is, that's instant speed. It's not even sorcery, so you can do it at the end of their turn. And most likely you're going to end up with quite a few land cards, so this can become a beast really easily. We do have the Archivist. The biggest thing is you can use this to return any card that you have that's value 4 or greater from your graveyard to your hand. You're typically going to want to use it for that. I mean, you can always use it for the exile target artifact enchantment, but this will allow you to pull back any of the Season of the Lost that you end up discarding or I should say milling into your yard, because you usually won't discard this. We do have one of the Harvester of Misery. This is a nice one against tokens. It can get rid of a lot of them at the same time. When this creature enters, other creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. And then we also have a Disruptive Stormbrood. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. And then when this creature enters, destroy up to 1 targeted artifact or enchantment. So you can see we have multiple avenues to artifact and enchantment removal. And then we also have the Mind Bitten. Obviously, this has been a champ for pulling stuff lately from the graveyard. But what's nice about it in this deck is that it is kind of a toolbox card. You can grab almost any card in here, creature-wise, obviously, that fits what you need to do. If you want to make sure things have -2/-2, you can grab that card. If you want to destroy an enchantment or an artifact, you can grab that card. If you want to Mill some more cards. You can grab that, or even you can grab an Overlord. Would be nice to get a 5/5 body onto the field. If you want to get a big body here too, you could do that as well. Or if you just want to get an Archivist so that you can grab the Season of the Lost again, you could do that. It's really a big toolbox card in this deck. Land, obviously, you're going to kind of have varied here. We got some Breeding Pools, some Wastewood Verges, Restless Reefs, Starting Towns, Fabled Passages. Conduits allows you to surveil. You're trying to get things into your yard as much as possible. Do not be afraid to surveil land into your graveyard because you have 4 of the Ice Till Explorers. You're constantly going to be playing land from this. You're basically trying to get all the land out of your deck, utilizing these guys, at least all the basic land, because you're going to be playing the Fable Passages, and just repeatedly hitting all of that basic land out of your deck, which allows you to be able to have just hit solid cards when you're doing mills and when you're drawing and things like that. You don't have to worry about drawing land as much, I should say. So that's kind of nice for that. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Be the earliest to find out when the latest videos drop. Otherwise, let's get into the gameplay. All right, Sultai Self Mill. Let's take a look at this. We got some of our ending cards, so you don't really want to see those yet, but we do have draw. We got removal. I'm going to keep this. Exiles a card. All right. Well, let's just do Starting Town since it comes in tapped. Get down the Fabled first. We won't show them what we got. They got 2 swamps, so I think they're waiting for us to drop something. Let's pick. We got the swamp. Kind of want the forest. I mean, we need the blue actually because we got the blue here. We're only going to do this because we want to surveil. Ooh. It's not one we want to cast yet. Do we want it in our hand? Let's just get that in our graveyard. We want to really fill our graveyard with these guys, especially with something like Season of Loss. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. On their turn, I think we're going to do a nowhere to run. Followed up by a shoot the sheriff just to get that off the board. It's unfortunate we got to double hit it. I guess it does have 2 counters. Yeah, they got the Desecration Demon, so we might just want to do something different here. Because we just... Man, we need to make sure that we get our second black. Let's do this. We're going to try to find that black source. I'm going to pitch that. I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to Stories just so we can find our second black source. Just so we can cast Season of Loss. Just not the right mana, unfortunately. Too many of these pylons. Okay, I will resolve that. Truth is that's... I don't know if that's going to do it for us. We'll get rid of that. Okay, well, we're not tapping, unfortunately. We'll take 6. We really need to find that black, unfortunately. I want to kill it, but we need to find that black. But that's sorcery. What am I thinking? Discard a creature card. Discard that. Definitely misplayed that. I was thinking thinking that we had a instant speed draw spell when it was sorcery. Discard a card from my hand. Green. I guess this, because then we can put our Explorer down. They did unfortunately grab our seasonal loss. Well, the Harvester can pull back a creature for themselves. Well, as long as they died that turn. Let's see here. I think I'm just going to do this. I know I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We can cast. Okay, we'll exile that. With this hand, we can cast our whole hand here, which would be nice. All right, that's not the worst. Oh, we don't... Okay, that is black there, okay. So what we do is... Cast that. That's tempting. Let's grab their stuff. Interesting. They exile it. That's fine. All right, surveil, surveil. Get that on the battlefield. Okay, that's not too bad. We can get that in the graveyard. I would like to actually cast that next turn. That's going to be pretty good. We could have probably kept that because that's a permanent card, so we would have benefited. Well, almost anything's a permanent card for the most part. Get rid of that stuff. Ooh. Let's start getting land. Get that into play. Let's start getting more land out of our deck. Mill a card. Do we have any land left in our deck? We have 2 forests left. Okay. For basic land, that is. Did we just draw our last land? I think we did. Yeah. What do we want to do? So that has the counters. It's going to die next turn anyways. Do they have removal is the question. I think we'll block. All right, that's fine. Do insect. Let's do black. Oh, that's not so bad. Do 4 more damage to them. We're looking for our payoff cards here. We need to get back Archivist so we can get back an enchantment. We'll block that. Well, I got removal. Alright. It really doesn't do a whole lot for us. It does kill for a block. We'll block and kill it. We just really haven't been lined up with this guy to get rid of him. So maybe we can find a removal. Hey, that works pretty good. Discard a creature card. We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah. I'll get rid of him. Good game. All right, Sultai Self-Mill. Let's take a look at this. We do have our fungus growing on here. Probably going to utilize that for the land. Because we want to grow fast. We'll keep this hand. Start with the Verge. Get this starting town down. We'll get the 1 damage in. We'll sacrifice Get the starting town in there. Got some counters going on. Let's see here. We will... That card's going to probably come in handy. We'll get our Explorer. Could have probably just casted the Winter Stories that we could almost be assured that we could cast from our graveyard the lands. Alright, that's fine. We are definitely going to cast this. Discard a creature card. Get both our elves down. Wanted that Town Greeter, unfortunately. We can drop the Pillager next turn as well. That's okay. I'm kind of tempted to just kill all the creatures here. Suppose I can wait. I'm gonna go with a island. Let's see here. Do no attacks. We'll just drop a really big Pillager next turn. And then we can follow it up by discarding. I might just want to get rid of everything, to be honest with you, before. Simply because they can pump their stuff really easily if he drops... Why do you keep it that way? Just block. Since our stuff's dying anyways. Alright, that's a good one to draw. Guess it doesn't really matter since we're milling it. We can shoot the sheriff anything we want to next turn. All right, Ultima, not the worst for us. All right, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's see here. Submit that. Discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. We got the 1. We're good there. And what do we want to call back here? We can get rid of their 1 baddie with this. That might be the play, actually. Let's get the tender out. Help us mill a little bit more. It's 32. He's at 25 life, so this... I shouldn't say 32. We got creatures. All right. That's actually a good one. We can do some more milling. Can choose one to bring back. It's not a bad one. Let's do it. We'll bring that back. 1, 2. Look at the Seasons of the Lost. We'll keep this open to block. The double Seasons should be able to get there for us. All right, Day Judgment's perfectly fine with me. All right, I don't think they're ready for what's going to happen. Maybe they are. They're just trying to gain life. Another Season of Loss, okay. That should do it. Good game. All right, let's look at this. What do we got here? We got some early removal. We can start filling our graveyard here. Some more removal. Yeah, let's keep it. We'll start with the tap land. That's a nice one too. Let's get this into play. I don't think they're going to go after it. I could have done the town greeter. They might have actually countered that. Well, I guess we can figure out what we want to do here. Go after the town greeter. Actually not bad because we're... Wow, we didn't get any. Mill a card. Could have actually used that Cavern of Souls now. Kind of regretting. Hey, there we go. Never not have it, right? Since it's already in the graveyard, let's try casting it. Expecting a counter? Yeah, we're not seeing it. Keep him on top. Back. Do another mill with this one. And I really don't care if they sweep the board, to be honest with you. Ooh, this is a good ability on this sucker. We can do that next turn if we get a land. Okay, if they're trying to find something. They're going to do a sweeper. Oh, we got the land with the pump here. So let's actually use this ability because they can't counter that. We'll drop that. We'll get insect so we can get that down. We'll attack with those two. We'll just mill that when they do their sweeper. Interesting. That's all they did, huh? Guess they don't have a sweeper in hand, otherwise they wouldn't have done that, or wouldn't have went after that. So I guess they don't want the sweeper. Okay, we'll do the mill. Hate to see that mill, but that's okay. All right, those got +2/+2. I think we'll do the attack on this first. See what they got. All right, we got him down quite a bit. Let's get our Ice Till Explorer. They can't counter it because of the Cavern of Souls, which means we can get our land, get the landfall. That's fine. We'll pump that up. All right, that's another good one to get in the hand. What do we want to discard? Ooh. I think we're going to be doing some drawing, most likely. Thinking that might be. I just don't see that staying out on the field. We can cast that again with no. I mean, either that or we can just cast that and bring this back. Let's do that. Because we can cast that, we can impend this. Would like to get more land. That's kind of why I want to get that Ice Till down. So we can get that Verge. Hopefully we draw land as well. Oh, look at that. Get rid of our creatures. That is okay. That's not a bad one to draw. Black. They gonna counter that? No. That wasn't too bad of a one. Okay, return a non-avatar creature to my hand. I just do another Ice Till. Don't have that many lands, but I can keep on casting those. That's the nice thing about it. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures in my graveyard. All right, that's fine. All right, so they're pretty unprotected right now if we do want to do something. I mean, that's kind of nasty, right? Gets rid of all those guys. What do we got? 5. Don't have an untapped land, do we? So we kind of have to cast one of these. Let's start with this. Okay, we'll discard a Molt Tender. We can follow that up with... Get the Forest in play. We'll get this in play, kill all of his creatures. We can discard a town. We're still sitting with a full grip here. And cards we can cast in the... Alright, that's kind of funny. Alright, what do we got going on here? Let's surveil first. Not a bad one to draw. But we can still cast that from our... Shoot, I meant to throw that in the side. Alright, let's get... you into play. Get some land down here. A little more triggers going on. Get another one of these out, gain a little life. Let them counter it. I only have 2 untapped. Yeah. Just so much we can do, which is awesome. Awesome position to be in. Okay, what's their shenanigans that they're doing? 3 or less? They're doing consult. Fortunately, we can't do much with that. Alright, they get the draw. Alright, nothing we want to do at the end of his turn. Get land down. Probably could have waited for this other one, to be honest with you. That would have been a little bit smarter of a move. Gonna get... Okay, we got rid of that. Get the explorers out. All right. Actually, what else do we got going on here? Do we want to grab something? Do you want to draw some? We're going to decline that. And we'll discard those. Really should have been getting this reef down, to be honest with you. All right. Next. Attack. And turn. That's coming online next turn. We got to watch our deck here. We only got 13 here. It's indestructible, so we can't destroy it with this. Would love to be able to cast this, unfortunately. Well, we'll give it a whirl. We'll see what happens. Grab a season. We'll cast a season. Do they have a counter? Otherwise, I think they're dead. I didn't do the full count, but I'm pretty sure we're up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We also have an attack, too, so. We got a roper. I mean, maybe they're genuinely wondering if they should counter something. Okay, it gets to the 15, gives them blockers. I mean, maybe that's the best they could do. We do still have... stuff we can do. I think that does them in if they don't counter it. All right, we'll see what they do. Well, they got the blocker. All right, what are we down to? 11. Let's get the reef down. Just watching it. We're at 7. We don't really want to cast that one. We can cast this, though. We don't have anything that deals damage, do we? No. Really, this Archivist is the only thing I'm thinking of. But we got this land we could fire up. They have no creature lands. They're drawing. Try to find an answer. At this point, their best bet is just a delay. We already know what's on top of our deck, unfortunately. Because we're okay with casting this if this is in the graveyard. You know, that might have actually been the play. Get that loaded into the graveyard, and then we could have cast another Season of Loss. I didn't even think about that as a play. Oh, that's fine. I mean, I would rather have this one, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to fire this up. Going to attack in. Okay, they're going to gain 3 more life. It's exiled. I did not want that exiled. We're going to have them mill 4 cards. What are we down to? 6? Cast that. Well, that's pretty good. Just in case. I don't want to risk it. Good game. It's a battle. All right, Sultai Self-Mill. Let's look at this. We do have 3 lands, which is always a good thing to start with. Molt Tender. That's a pretty good start. Same thing with Esper Origins. I Still Explore. This is actually a pretty solid opening hand. Season Loss you're not going to cast for a little bit, but that's okay. Let's get this down early. We can get the Molt Tender. Get that mill game going. Oh, that's pretty good too. Let's do this. Let's mill a card. Okay, I prefer that probably in my hand, but that's okay. That's okay being in there. There's other ways to pull it back. I guess we can get it back if we really wanted to. What do we got? A Menace deck, maybe? That might not be bad for removal. This I'm okay there because we're going to cast that from the graveyard. So let's just get the removal back. All right, they go after any creature destruction. I'm fine, especially when it doesn't go to the graveyard. We will put this in tapped. Cast Esper Origin. We will leave that on top. Help us get our land into play, especially if they start destroying it. Okay, weapons manufacturing. That'd be a good one to destroy. Let's get our Explorer down. We'll just go with Insect. Probably should have went with Spirit. All right, that's fine. All right, Tone Greeter. Man, we can just cast that and it'll drop. Do that to get something back. We'll do this. Get rid of his creature. Start building our board up so we can start attacking. Interesting. That'll be their sack outlet. How many creatures do we have in our graveyard? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not yet. Just for grins, let's attack and see what he does. We took it. Do that, or I can cast this. It doesn't have trample. This has a little bit more upside. In the graveyard. Because we can get the additional 2. Let's get that out. All right, good game. All right, Salty Self-Mill. Opponent goes first on this. We do have some removal. We got some lower cost cards, some draw. We'll keep it. We don't have any blue yet, so we're actually going to have to search that out. Yeah, we'll just get this down before we forget about it. All right. Let's get rid of this right away. We will pay the 3 life. No, it doesn't matter because they can't do the ward with the nowhere to run, so that actually was the perfect solution for that card. Got it by the light, which means they're going to follow up with more creatures. Okay. We'll gain. This is the Orzhov life gain deck. Okay, they do have the Leyline of Hope as well, which is kind of a bummer here. Let's get this out. There just isn't a whole lot we can do. Let's get rid of these. I might just be throwing blockers in front of this thing until we get to 5 land. Once we get to 5 land, that's actually... I mean, we're gonna be taking some damage here, and they're gonna be gaining, unfortunately. Okay, we can do this. We'll just say insect. We don't have any land in the bin. I think we need to do this to make sure that we hit our 5th land, unfortunately. Or do I just get this out and use it as a blocker? To get the Surveil. Alright. That's actually not bad. We can follow that up with a draw spell. Let's do that. That way we'll block here. Okay. We gain life. Creatures become big. We'll block the big one. Cast another one. That's fine. We're gonna just sack all the creatures, so it doesn't really matter to us. Ooh, look at this. They got a Pride Mate too. Ooh, they got a Shelter. The only thing scary about that is we're almost dead. Oh, I really wish they would have dropped the Pride Mate. Okay. Well, let's go get our land. We'll do that for our double green spell, so we're not having to pay the life, although we have the insect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get a decent-sized lifelinker out here. He's at 40. Oof. And then on top of it, what really hurts is he's got the bat to steal my life gain. I might just have to cast the Winter Knight, just hoping I get some removal. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do blue. That hurts. That enchantment drops everything down. I mean, we're going to have to destroy. Let's do this. We'll drop that. Get rid of their life gain. Oh god, he can gain life, can he? We'll get our creature back. We'll go down to 1, but then we should be able to... Actually, we can block. Question is, do we... No. I guess we kind of have to block. I mean, that's just risking it too much. We can get rid of their enchantment or go down to 1 is the question of what we want to do. Let's go down to 1. We'll risk it. I want to get rid of that enchantment because I don't want his creatures to keep coming in big. And, okay, he has 2 blockers now. Look at that. Too bad. We needed 1 more land and we could have done both. That's unfortunate. How do we want to handle this? We'll go... One, two, three. Draw a card. It's a nice one to have. We do have Fabled Passage in there. Let's get that in the graveyard. Get that down. Do some more milling. Next turn, we're going to cast really big. Ooh. Well, we're still going to do this. We're going to get green. Technically have blue. Look at this. It's just destroying everything. All right. Another Leyline of Hope. Look at that. We just got our destruction too for it. I'm a little tempted just to draw. See what we got going on. We can drop. Ooh, that's nice. We'll drop this. Wait, discard a creature? Yeah, we'll discard that one. We'll drop the fungus because we can always use it to sack. All right, let's get... land down. 1, 2, 3. not a bad one for destroying their creatures. End of turn. If they cast, we'll just kill. Oh, guess we're not killing that. Seasonal Loss can take care of that. What do we got for creatures in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can get them down to 30. All right, pass. All right, my turn. We're going to have the Seasonal Lost here. I don't really know any other way other than low end use this. So what we'll do is we'll actually destroy target enchantment. We'll kill that. We'll Season of the Lost. Oh, can't do that. Okay. Now we're going to cast our big lifelinker. Perfect. Good land to catch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We gain quite a bit of life. They're now back at their starting 20. All right, we will attack. And I think we got the game with our Archivist. Season Lost. Good game. All right. Well, those were some fun games. This deck is a lot more powerful than I thought it would be. I thought we would be more stagnant than we were in these games. In fact, these games didn't feel like they were stagnant at all. This deck just seemed powerful. It always seemed like I had an answer for everything the opponent was doing. Like I said earlier, this is kind of a toolbox deck where you can kind of reach out and find what you need to do. Multiple avenues to win. I mean, you can do beatdowns with some of these big creatures if you really need to. Otherwise, you just have this awesome removal. You don't even care about killing your own creatures with this half the time. If you really want to, you can destroy their creatures and do draw when you destroy your own. But a lot of times, you're dealing damage with that last ability. Man, this Pompous Pillager really does some work, especially in late game. I think there was the one game where I pumped that up. What was it, 9 or 11 counters? It was something crazy like that just to finish out the game. So definitely think this is going to be a strong deck in the meta. Really seemed to fight off all the challenges that were coming forth. Even Mono Red just didn't have too much of a problem with it, especially if we went first. If you went second, you had to make sure you had some removal in your hand. Nowhere to Run was fantastic to get rid of those pesky 3/3 haste creatures for that. The only thing was I did have a match where I needed to shoot the Sheriff in hand to kill off anything for that. But all in all, this is a very powerful deck, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of it. Like I said earlier, new videos every day of the month. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to see the latest videos. Otherwise, have a fantastic day.